house or
But do you
beyond
think
what's
that should
going
be
on.
daily, weekly, monthly?
Honestly, as it works for you.
It works for you.
As it works for
But
you. I
personally,
don't put
personally, I
a
would
routine
say
to it.
maybe
Daily.
might not be daily.
I'm a
because
Ruth, so I do daily.
Oh,
No,
Jesus.
sincerely, I spend time. I make sure I spend time. Once it's 8:30, the babies know it's time to get into their bed, and I'm coiling up on the 3-seater with my baby,
That's
with my
good.
big baby.
That's good.
And even when they come downstairs, they'll be like, "Oh, well, mommy, I know it's this time is for you and your big baby." That's how they call. Even when they want to tease him at times, they just say, "Oh, daddy, no, mommy, your big baby said," or "Big baby, mommy said," you know. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel today, and today we'll be discussing our big babies and our little babies. And I want you guys to just be a part of this conversation. And so how are you today, Fumi? How are you doing? I almost called out to your Sigray, but that's a topic for another day. How are you today, Fumi?
I'm good. It's winter, so what do you expect? The whole gloomy day and things like that, but we're pushing. We need to get it going.
And you doing?
I'm cool. I'm fine. I'm beautiful. I'm
It was
doing
just
great.
like that thing I saw on social media, and it was like, "How are you?" I think I'm beautiful.
I'm beautiful.
Yeah, that's so good to hear. So, let's hop on the topic, and then our big babies and our little babies. How do you feel when you like? Okay, maybe I should start with a story. So when I had my little baby, my first baby, when my baby was around 7 months, my husband called me one day and was like, "When are we winning this baby?" And
7 months.
yeah, and I was like, "What do you mean winning the baby?" I said, "The baby's already feeding, and you already did 6 months exclusive. So why breastfeeding? Why the baby doesn't need anything anymore? The baby can like get all the nutrients from the normal food and all of that." And I was like, "No, why are you so interested in winning the baby?" And it was like, "Hey, I'm also a baby. What do you mean?
Thank you.
Like
So
I've
you-
not been getting
so
something
him
from
too,
the
you need the
factory as well."
nutrients.
Straight to
You
the point.
know.
Okay.
So I just want to ask, like, how are you able to manage our big babies, our little babies? How do you get to like balance it?
This is so funny, honestly. Because a friend of mine said, why are you always calling? Why are you saying babe, baby, babe? You shouldn't be calling them babe.
Why?
babe. But honestly, they're actually babies.
They are babies.
Sorry,
but they don't want to
guys.
admit.
They
don't like
never
that,
admit, but
yeah.
they're babies. I think what I do is just, create time for him, and get him to understand that right now, okay, this baby is this age. They need me for this time. They need me at this time. And we kind of communicate about it, right? If it means the kid's going to bed at a certain time, if it means creating a routine, we do as much as possible to put the kids in a routine just so we can have time to bond, talk, because if you're not careful, you can lose yourself. You can lose that bond between you two. So it's not basically calling them babies. It just means being intentional to create time for them because they were there before the babies came in. And it doesn't mean you should neglect them now that you have little babies to care for. At the end of the day, these kids are going to leave your house and you guys are going to be stuck together again, right? So, and I don't want it to seem new at that time, even though we know it's a bit of a long time ahead of us. But at the end of the day, I just try to communicate, do stuff, do things. Don't get lost in parenting or having kids. If it means getting childcare, by all means, we're getting childcare. If it means paying the extra $50 to $70, by all means, we're doing that. Just to also cater to his needs as well, because the truth is they have needs as well. Just the same way you have needs, and you expect him to cater to your needs, that's the same way he has needs. But you need to just be intentional about it, because honestly you can get lost in the process.
Yes.
Yeah, I will not say only about the needs. I think generally they need pampering. You know, they go through the stress of thinking of, okay, how am I going to get this money? How am I going to
Providing.
provide for these people? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? So they just need that person that they can rest on after the whole stress.
Rest on.
Like,
Shoulder.
like
They need
rest.
Rest
shoulder
on.
to lean
Because
on.
the way she's doing,
But
she's
the
doing
kind
this.
of-
No,
I'm
not
like,
that one.
What I don't
That's what you're
understand.
talking
she's
about.
doing this. I'm like,
That's what you're talking
rest on. Okay.
No, for me, it's not that. It's not that deep. You know, yeah, even if it's that one, they need someone they can just, okay, my head was hot in the office. I was down. Now I'm home. And I need my mom. You know, we are basically their mom.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes they just like, I'm not your baby. Yeah, but you are. Have you seen your mom when they are sick?
Oh God.
Have you seen the men when they are sick?
Oh my
Women, when we are sick, we can still do everything.
God. I know,
But for
right?
them,
Oh God.
I
I'm always
know.
praying for that face to just go because
But I think
That's
it
not
also
taking-
has to do with women not being able to take their eyes off certain things. For me
Yes.
personally, even if I'm ill, I feel like you're not doing enough. And I think it's even a bad mindset because you should be able to, let
to
go.
love yourself.
And let
That's
go
the
that
question.
other people can actually do these things for you
okay.
and not you having to do things for yourself.
But maybe it's already programmed. Maybe the way we were programmed. Because at the end of the day, it's just like if I did not do it now, some people will do it.
Well, we were programmed helpers, so many times we just want to
Help.
make sure everything is
But
fine.
Yeah.
once they are on that bed and they are sick, the only thing that is remaining is for you to just bring breastfeeding pump and be giving them something in their mouth because they just behave like that baby, like
The big babies.
big
Oh,
babies.
well, for me, I don't want us to kind of digress out of the topic. Women get very overwhelmed easily, especially when you don't get help, and most especially again when they are new to motherhood. They kind of get lost taking care of the baby, taking care of the home, taking care of themselves, and they kind of forget the big babies. And then the next question would then be, how are they able to put themselves together, not get overwhelmed, have a little self-care, such that they can have time for the big baby? Because that's where most of the time the misunderstanding, the miscommunication, lack of communication in the marriage starts. And that's where the marriage starts to, let me say, derail. Okay. So I think the best thing to do is make sure you're not lost in the process. Make sure you create a routine for yourself.
Routine is
Yes,
important.
the routine
honestly.
is very important. But then for people who live in Nigeria, how do you create a routine when you already know that you're spending about 5 to 7 hours in traffic before you get home or you get back to
Get
your
help.
babies?
Get help.
I think it's even still
Get
easy.
help.
I mean, before they get back to their wives at home,
I think
Oh,
it's even
right.
still
How do they-
easy
how do
back
they
in
want to,
Nigeria.
like,
I think it's even a
strike the
lot easier.
balance.
I think it's easier in Nigeria.
I think it's a
actually.
lot easier back
The only
home
thing is
because-
just for you to get home. When you get home, you still see your baby. But we that we are here, even though you might think there's not traffic, there's still some traffic, right? And we don't have someone to just, okay, once I just get home, I'll just come into my room and go and see my big baby and just have a nice time. There's no way you're going to put the kids. Don't forget.
You don't
Nigeria still
understand
have
what
to,
I'm
you can still
saying.
make up time, okay?
Okay, so what I'm saying is, in Nigeria, when your baby comes or your big baby gets back home around 1 a.m., when do you want to create a time when you know he has to leave the house about 5:30, 6 a.m. in the
Oh,
morning?
yeah, because of the traffic, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So
But the
it's-
weekend can still help you
You
out.
cannot kind of create a routine around that because it's more of work, traffic, stress on the men. Unlike down here in
I would still say
in Northern
that
America, where
Okay.
the women are the ones who kind of feel very overwhelmed, and it's vice versa the way it is in Nigeria. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
it still falls back to routine, honestly. Even if you don't get time during the week to
The
spend
weekend can
time
help.
with him, that's why we have the weekend.
Yeah.
It's all about sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like down here, you get people that have second jobs or people that have hobbies that they've turned into an income, and they do that over the weekend because they have a full 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, and then they have to do that over the weekend. Mine, for example, has his hobby that he's turned into like what he does
Business.
over the weekend, right? He takes pictures. But the truth is we create time.
Fun time.
Yes. And at that time, he would always be
Nothing will
worried.
stop.
I think I find that he's even the one that is more worried about the kids. And I'm like, right, we're getting a babysitter and they'll be fine.
Yeah.
If it means 2 hours in the movies, we are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not calling the babysitter.
That's good.
She's free to call me if there's an emergency, but this is our time.
Mm-hmm.
When the kids go to bed, my daughter will say, Mommy, are you not going to bed early today? She feels when they go to bed at 8:30, we should go to bed at 8:30. She doesn't understand the reason why I'm awake. And I said to her, Mama, I need to spend time with Daddy.
I tell
Now
them
she knows.
I need to spend time with my big baby, and like, oh, you can go ahead with your big baby. Stop hunting us with this big baby, big
she
big
knows. Now she knows. She would even if she says it, I'll say, but you know what I'm going to do after. She's like, oh, you need to spend time with Daddy. But you spend time with Daddy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You need to make it intentional.
When it's your turn, you will know.
You understand. Because the truth is, you need to be intentional about these things, else you just get lost and you just find out there's a strain in the relationship.
Yeah.
It just doesn't take too much
Yeah.
before that strain crawls into the relationship. So for me, I'm being intentional. I create a routine. If you need to have date night once every month, if it's twice every
Once
month.
every month?
No,
Once
just
a week, my dear.
do you understand what I mean? Like,
When
what
the
works
cash is
for
there,
you,
no problem.
right?
Yeah.
No, it
It's
doesn't
not
even really mean going
cash,
to.
really.
It doesn't even really mean going to a restaurant to eat. Date night could be,
Your house. watch
you know,
movie.
in your house, watch a movie. It could mean taking a drive. That's your date night. That's you two spending time. I see date night as just both of us shutting down the world and then having a nice time with each other, listening to each other. The listening that you have not been given the last how many hours, because the truth is so many things are happening and then you tend not to listen. That's the time to have those conversations. That's the time to laugh, you know, beyond the four walls of the house or
But do you
beyond
think
what's
that
going
should be
on.
daily, weekly, monthly?
I honestly, as it works for you,
It work for you.
as it works for
But
you. I
personally,
don't put
Personally, I
a
would
routine
say
to it.
maybe
Daily.
might not be daily.
I'm a
because
roof, so I do daily.
Oh,
No, sincerely, I spend time. I make sure I spend time. Once it's 8:30, the babies know it's time to get into their bed, and I'm coiling up on the 3-seater with my baby,
That's
with my
good.
big baby.
That's good.
And even when they come downstairs, they'll be like, "Oh, well, mommy, I know it's this time is for you and your big baby." That's how they call. Even when they want to tease him at times, they just say, "Oh, daddy, no, mommy, your big baby said," or "Big baby, mommy said," you know. But I mean, I think it's just okay for the kids to know that this time you cannot.
It's
You
my
cannot
time.
just-
It's
I
our
think, I
time.
think what I would
It's
say
our
is that
time.
it's okay for the kids to know that there's love in the family.
Mhm.
Because I know a lot of people shut up from, I don't want my child to say that I'm cuddling my husband or I'm kissing my husband or just loving up with my husband. I can say that I've not seen my daddy and my mom hug before because I don't want us to feel like maybe it will corrupt us. No, but I think we should let them know there's love in the family, and those are the
Yes.
little things you can use to show that okay, there's love in this family. Okay, this is how my daddy and mommy does. It helps the children to
It also
understand.
helps them
Let them
build
understand
their
because of recent, my
emotions.
daughter was saying something like, "Mommy, we need another baby. I need a baby." I said, "You have a lot of babies." "No, I need a baby, 1 year baby." I said, "Okay, go and tell your daddy." It's okay. So, and after some time, just say, "So if mommy and daddy kiss, they'll make a baby." I have to.
Wow.
I have to just educate her. Okay, kissing shows that me and daddy show affections. We love ourselves. We are husband and wife, so we show the kissing. So I should not go have another impression about kissing outside or something. It's just daddy and mommy, and we show that kissing to show like it's part of the way we show our affection to each other because we are married, we are daddy. That does not bring babies. Do you
Yeah,
understand?
yeah.
Because she have been saying that. Or there's a day my mother was just saying, "Daddy and mom, you're loving yourself," and she just left by saying, "This should dread," because that's what they should see. They should not see when we are arguing and shouting our head, you know. And we should not. And I'm not talking about our big baby. We should not put the fact that okay, I'm taking care of a child. We should not put that one down.
Neglect them.
Because of the kid, I'm tired. Let's create time. Them too, they're tired. The only difference is that we are the one breastfeeding. They're also doing the other parts, even though they might not do the physical part, the emotional part, and
I
everything.
think
is
we're
there.
actually their resting place.
You
we're
think
we're that resting place for them
Yeah.
because I've had my husband say to me several times that this is just the time for me to just relax and forget everything that happened at work, you know, all the stress of the day. He feels like that time we spend together is the time for him to just distress.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
it.
Have you
know,
noticed
that's
that when
it.
you are not available, they can't function?
Yeah.
Like if you travel or you go on a vacation alone,
I know
They
they
can't
struggle.
function.
They
Mhm.
struggle.
Mhm.
They struggle.
Vacation is long. Just go out with your
Just
phone.
go. No, just go
I'm
out.
very sure that if I check my WhatsApp now, even though he's in the office, I will have a message on. You know? So it's just like
They just
that.
can't function. Their normal 24 hours would be like 72 hours to them.
Yeah.
They can't get to eat. And then there was a time I traveled for, I think, about 5 days. By the time I saw my husband, he had lost weight. And I was like,
Because they will know we eat the good food we used to give them.
hello, what happened to you? And he was like, you were not at home. I'm like,
They will never eat well.
I
They
think
will
I
not
need to
eat
change
well.
my prayer point at this point that God, please make me live long because this guy can't cope.
That was such a nice conversation. I think we just need to learn to
Intentional.
be intentional and then create time.
Yeah.
Not
Don't
forget,
overwork yourself.
don't overwork yourself, but just create time. After all, that time is a time for you to relax as well. So it's not just all about him, it's all about you yourself. If you get to think about it,
Yeah, it helps you.
the love you show him, you're also showing yourself love, because it also comes back in return
Yeah.
at the end of the day. So
It's
that's
vice
the way I
versa.
see it.
Yeah.
The love I'm showing to him, he's showing me the same love. So it's a win-win. You're not losing.
And I want to say something. We ladies we should try, because, like I said, we are their resting place. I know that this is not married to have differences and fight, argument, and just let's make it snappy. Like keep the malice fast, and just because everything will not work well. Why you guys are not?
Yes.
And like you said, we are their resting place. When they're not coming back from work and shouting, "Hey, resting place!" You are shouting. How would they rest? That's why you start.
Because we want to be baby too. Right? Because sometimes I just want to kind of exercise my rights sometimes, or sometimes I just want to show myself like, okay, I know you can't function, so I just want to show myself
Yeah, we can.
I'm not doing anything today. And you'll be like, what's wrong with you? Sometimes the choco in your head just starts, and I'll be like, yes, that started today, deal with it.
And another thing I want to say is, I remember there's one particular thing. I'm the kind of person that whatever you want the big baby to do to you, you also do the same thing. Like you said, we want to be babies too. So if I'm doing the baby thing for the big baby, automatically the big baby will reciprocate back.
Big baby might get
So
so overwhelmed. Might get.
So I remember a
It might
time.
feel it's so good, and it can't remember getting to baby someone
you will
else.
reciprocate.
Oh, you will just.
Yeah.
I think
Because
they
I
will.
remember
Yes,
there's a
they
time.
do, but sometimes they just forget themselves.
I
They just
remember-
want to keep being a baby.
Okay. I remember a time I used to complain so well to my husband. I'm just a mushy person, I just love.
I can see
can
it.
hold
That's why
hands.
you are like
I
this.
can hold down in public. I can kiss in public. But I know the kind of man I'm married that, okay,
He doesn't
he's
like
reserved,
PDA.
He
so
doesn't
we're
like
just,
PD, yeah.
so we just have to balance it up, And there's time I just say, you're not even caring. When we first got married, you're not showing me the care, you're not showing me the love. He said, what do you mean by showing me care? What do you mean by showing love? And I was like, you don't take me out like that. You don't go out. Why is it that it's only the man that should do that? The woman should also do that. And I thought about it. Oh, that's true. Why is that? It's only
You
one.
can initiate it
Why
as
am I
well.
feeling that it's only one I should get me gifts?
Mm.
Because some women are like that, like me. Then, like I just like, maybe it's the man. Should be the
You
one
should
to
do everything.
give you the gift and everything. The way he said that, so I think I'm doing something that is wrong. Him to need to receive some things. So I think this marriage thing is just vice versa. Let me just put it that way.
It's a two-way thing.
Give out what you expect.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
if you give out what you expect and you're not expecting, let them know that guy, I dey expect this thing, not give me.
Communication is important as
So-
well.
So I think that
Communication is
so
important. Routine
we are also
is a
big
major
babies,
one.
so you should not feel like we also
there's
babies
something
too.
I want to say too, that sometimes you communicate it. Sometimes you say what you want, you communicate it, you react, you create the routine, but maybe the guy is just not brought up to like love.
So that's what
Because I've heard stories of men who just don't know how to like express love, and they don't believe in
people learn.
I don't think people are stiff like
No,
that.
people are
some
stiff,
people are
but you
stiff.
learn.
Oh,
Some people are
I
stiff.
don't know. I feel like if you show them how you want to be loved, a man that truly cares
Yeah, I think that's
about
the
you,
issue we women have. Yeah, we don't
a
like
man that
saying
truly
it.
cares about you would reciprocate, would do the same back in the sense that he's going to be aware of it. Okay, so for me, for example, it was communication. My husband is not a big communicator. I'm sorry. If you chat him up on the phone, you're on your own. Yeah, that's the truth. It's just a thing for him. But I had to make him know that this is a big thing for me. It's not like he's 100% or he's at 100% at the moment, but he's trying. Oh, I love gifts. oh, I'm this, or I'm acts of service. I need you to help me in the house.
Love languages.
Like love languages. I don't expect you to do everything in the house, but help out, because it helps me distress. It helps me to know that I'm not stressed. And I won't say he was brought up that way, but then we're talking about it, right? And he knows this is my wife. I need to help her.
I just think he's learning.
I think he will learn.
I just think you need to learn. Okay, let me just put an example. Something that happened yesterday. I think you even said something when we were coming. Like, what did I do to make my husband do what he did with me on social media, dance with me on social media? Personally, my husband, the family, they are not a social media person. The only time you see my husband post a picture is maybe my birthday and the kid's birthday. My sister will say my husband posts just 4 times in a year. And that's my son, my daughter, my son, and my birthday, and my mom's birthday. You get? And that is it. They are not social media people. And Adedoyin is a social media person. You know? And when I started content creating, I knew that he wasn't having it like that, you know? He wasn't enjoying it. But later on, he found out, okay, that's what I say you learn. I think my wife is enjoying this. I think she likes this. I think she has a great And the day he danced, I would not tell you that dance we danced. It was when I said, okay, let's do it. I didn't even push it.
Okay, so between that period, the learning period for them, how do you react as a woman? How do you behave? What's your attitude towards their learning season?
Okay,
because for some people,
the same way, like we're saying that they are big babies, right? The same way you are teaching your son or your small babies or a particular thing, and they didn't get it once, you won't give up, right? You will shout, you will cry, you will scream, you will still love again.
Yeah, I know. So I get it. But then, don't you think it's so overwhelming for women out there?
It is.
They have to be the one to be patient. Like,
some men too are the one patient or being patient in their own.
It's the other way around though.
There's some people
you might think, oh, right, it's just the women that have to be. Don't forget it. Some men are actually exceptionally emotional. They're so aware of these things.
And
the lady does not just care. So now it's the other way around. She has to learn to adapt to this guy's lifestyle or to what he likes. So honestly, what comes into play is patience. Patience is a major factor.
And communication.
Always. You have to talk. You have to talk. And then you have to create a routine.
You can't assume.
My baby cannot take the place of my husband. And my husband cannot take the place of the baby.
My baby.
That's it. So you need to learn to differentiate
both. Don't hold back on things. Don't keep secrets to yourself.
Like I tell my husband, I tell my husband, I said, these children, when he's doing love, I said, see, I'm your first. Now me bring these children to come this life, so I'm the first person you will see.
I have to be
like I'm the love of your life. Leave these children alone. Give me that attention that I need. You know, sometimes you're just no. Like yesterday, I was making my daughter's and he was dropping my daughter's feet. I said, me your wife. When last have you rubbed my leg? You know, fine, we're joking, right? But I know you understand the message. So they are like that. Especially those who have girls daddy. They are always like that, and I just feel like you said. Let's just communicate. Don't assume that he knows everything. I'm very sorry to say this. I'm not sorry I have to say this because this is like mom. Even when it comes to the sex, don't assume your husband know what you want.
Yes.
Tell him this is what I want. Even if it's a new style, new idea that you just let's try this style. It might look awkward the first time.
Oh,
you know, some people believe that the way doesn't have to be the one to initiate the sex. I have some. You sure? Do you as a woman, if you initiate sex, you're a bad person.
Something in my head, but don't.
You guys don't let us go.
No, I'm just talking. It's part of being babies. It's part of taking care of your babies, right? It's part of it. So you should talk about things to your husband. Don't assume. Even your wife. Don't assume that. She's supposed to know that this is what I want now.
If there's a way you want
and
to
then let there not be any barrier.
Yes.
For communication, because for some people, I've known someone who said, I don't discuss this part of my life with my husband. I don't discuss this part of my life. He doesn't discuss this part of his life because he doesn't want me in it. And I'm like, hello, what kind of relationship are you guys?
I think the person needs to work on themselves.
So you need to work on communication every time. There shouldn't be any barrier. Speak about everything as it comes to your head. Talk about it. Talk about work. Talk about your siblings, talk about the childhood memories, talk about finances. Don't keep things away
Even some
from
of us
each
that
other.
love to talk. Once it's coming in like this, we are giving the gist, even as it's often
details.
close.
Yeah,
you know-
sometimes they say you talk too much.
Yes, let me talk.
Sometimes they say, oh, you just want to talk, but trust me, they're enjoying it.
I feel-
Because the day you say you don't want to talk, they're like, are
what
you
happened?
okay?
What happened?
What happened to you? Did I do something
There
wrong?
was a,
And
there was
yeah,
a time like that. My husband came downstairs and he just saw me by myself and he's like, you don't know you're a married woman. You don't stay by yourself. At this time, you should be spending time with me. I laughed because that was just a time I wanted to just be by myself. But he was like, this is our time.
yeah.
You didn't tell me you wanted to be by yourself. I
Yeah.
expected we are going to be together at this time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just communication.
Let's
It's-
love our big babies. Care
we
for
love you,
them.
babies.
There's
We
no
love
private
you.
time.
We
There's
love
no
you.
private time, and that's how you can even get to
Let me
Everything
shout
like
it.
this,
We love you. Let's let them know. Sometimes you just like we are putting all the love on the children. No,
No,
we,
actually.
you are in our hearts. Let's
I mean,
let's be romantic. Yeah? I think that's all right.
yeah.
So, viewers out there, I just want to and talk to you people to communicate. What do you think about not sharing everything with your spouse out there? What do you think about babying them every time? How do you distress when you feel so overwhelmed? How do you balance everything between your big baby
My
and your
small
little
baby.
baby? And please drop your comment in the comment section. We'll be there to answer all questions. And then
Okay.
yeah.